Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. I'm Rob, your host, and today's going to be a fun show. We are hanging out at a new place that I've been to a few times, my wife and I and some friends, and it's just fantastic. It's become quickly one of our favorite places to come and eat sushi food, and this is Land and Sea Sushi. It's located up in that new area off 99 in Morton out here in the Katy area. And I am being joined by the chef and owner of Land and Sea Sushi. And forgive me if I say your name wrong, Chef. Ceu?
Yes, my name is Ceu, Rob. Good to have you here this morning.
Yeah, we appreciate you letting us come in and have a conversation and kind of let everybody in Katy kind of get to know who you are. And that's kind of the point of my show. You know, with Food, Wine, and Whiskey, all of those, there's always a story behind them, whether it's whiskey, whether it's wine, and whether it's food. And I love doing the podcast so we can come out and kind of, you know, we come in, we eat your food, we think it's delicious, we take a picture, we post it on social media, and that's great. But man, I think it's important to come out and really get to know the people behind what they're doing in these different restaurants in our community. So I really appreciate you coming on the show and letting us get to know you a little bit.
Oh, thank you for having me, Rob. I'm excited.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun conversation because you do some really cool stuff. So we're going to talk about all the cool things you do. But you've also, you're no stranger to being in front of a microphone or a camera or anything like that. But let's start with kind of who you are and where you're from. You and I had a conversation, and you're not originally from the United States. You're from the country of Burma.
Yes, correct. I'm from Burma. Burma is a beautiful country to visit. Like it's so much culturing stuff, and there's a lot of different food from all the country around. You know, so it's good to visit if you have chance. Yeah.
Where's Burma located?
Burma located is if you're familiar, it's pretty close from Thailand. It's next to Thailand. Yes.
That's some great food. Now I think Thailand, I think spice, I think all kinds of flavors. So similar type of cuisine in Burma.
A little bit similar, but it's just very lightly similar.
Okay. And so you came to the United States?
I come to United States in 2007.
Okay.
So I live in USA for nearly 15 years. Since I come here, United States I start my new career, which is sushi.
So in Burma, you were not in food. You weren't in the Culinary Institute.
Yeah, Rob, it's my whole story in the Katy Christian magazine. That's going to be tell more detail about us, how we become a Land and Sea, as my brother and I. So
That's nice. They came out and did a story on you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, that's awesome. But Burma, close to Thailand, you were not in the food industry there. You weren't in the restaurant business, but you came to the United States 2007. And I'm guessing looking for a job, just trying to find some work?
Yes, just time to survive.
And you kind of you went in and got a restaurant job? Is that what I understand?
Yeah, the first time that I get in the job is not in the restaurant. It's in the supermarket, grocery, sushi. And 2 months, I worked there 2 months, and I don't really like it. So I'm moving on to looking for a restaurant job.
So you were doing sushi in a grocery store initially?
Yes.
And that's kind of where you learned about the sushi world?
That's correct.
Okay. And then from there, you moved on to just some sushi restaurants, but you eventually landed at a place called QC, right?
Yeah, that's the final ones.
And
yeah.
some of the listeners may know that QC was featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives with Guy Fieri.
That's correct.
And you were kind of the chef, the lead chef there, in that fusion of sushi and barbecue. Is that right?
That's right, yes. I created the sushi part.
So how was that, having the whole crew from Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Guy Fieri, everybody coming in, big lights, big cameras? Was that cool? Was it fun? Was it a little bit intimidating? I mean, all of the above?
Yeah, this is the kind of all of the above. We kind of exciting as well. And, you know, we never been that before, so what's it going to be look like up to this? I mean, you know, exciting for the future part as well. So is on the camera we kind of nervous as well at the same time.
Sure, I bet you were very nervous, and being around a guy like Guy Fieri with his background, his history. I mean, that's pretty cool to be able to do that. It's really cool that the restaurant was selected and chosen. That's from the people in the community. Sending in to Guy that your food's that good. So that's quite a testament to you and what you guys were doing up there to put out that food. But you were at Kyushu during that time, and I'm sure every time Guy comes somewhere, that place explodes. So I'm assuming Kyushu exploded after that episode.
That's right. Yeah, Rob. Everything is for one thing. I want to say we were lucky enough. The second thing, everything have some for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were there for, about a year and a half?
A year and a half, that's correct. So a year and a half after that, I left them to, let's say, what I can do in my own and to find new location,
well, and I
stuff
think
like that.
To be fair, the restaurant exploded and was doing really, really well. And the owner who was featured on the show with you sold the restaurant, right?
Yes, that's right. It's a feel really sad that it's a really popular restaurant and they sold it. It's after I left in 10 months, yes.
That kind of caused you to kind of rethink, your path and what you wanted to do and kind of the direction you were going. So you decided that, hey, I'm ready to go out on my own and try this and see what I can come up with and do on my own. Is that
right? That's the plan that I want to go. So yeah, I need in here, Katy. I landed up in here, Katy. So I need every family and friends coming to support out in Katy location in the called Land and Sea Sushi restaurant. So check it out. What we got about sushi about.
And it was kind of cool that I thought for me, I being around Katy the last 4 or 5 years, when I think about new restaurants opening, I think they're doing some analysis, some research, and trying to find out the market and is it good out there? Is my food going to work in Katy? But talking to you, it was just kind of looking for that ideal location, somewhere that you thought would be a good fit for what you were trying to do. It wasn't specifically you wanted to be in Katy and trying to find a location in Katy. It was just trying to find anywhere in Houston a good location that fit for you. We're just lucky enough that it turned out to be Katy. Is that right?
Right. Yeah. It's that's correct. Yeah. In being a chef is no matter where we end up with, it's really what we do in every day is kind of daily activity that we have is the same thing. It's a small or largest restaurant. If we is engagement with the guests that we have is always the same thing. So wherever we landed up, we try to do our best. So I was lucky enough to have in Katy opportunity to open a restaurant as well for myself and my brother.
I think that's great. And we're happy to have you out here because, like I said, Katy's booming in the food scene, and I think you're going to fit right in with what you're doing, and people are going to enjoy coming out and having your food. And talking about that, Land and Sea Sushi, when we talk about you were at Kyushu and it had that fusion of barbecue and sushi, you're kind of taking that and continuing to grow and keep playing on that a little bit, right? Land
right,
and sea.
Correct. Yes, Land and Sea is kind of, I want to involve like American people think the most is like a sushi is kind of raw and everything in general. So I want to put Land and Sea. A lot of people can enjoy the sushi lover and sushi non-lover can enjoy together. That's why our focus in here is a non-sushi eater and sushi eater. They can enjoy together in the same place. That's why our focus in here.
Yeah, and I think that's great because you're exactly right. I run into a lot of people who, either the wife or the husband, one or the other, doesn't like sushi, but you solve that problem. Because they can come up here and have a variety of different things.
That's the idea.
Cool. Yeah. What struck me, Chef, was when you and I were talking, and we're just talking about, what means the most to you in being successful and having a good restaurant and having people want to come back. And the number one thing that you mentioned to me was quality.
The quality, the quality, and when we say the quality, and sometimes it's like the quality and the service is we can't really separate. So it's got to go together all the time. So
you have quality products.
The qualities, products, and flavor. So flavor is really important. However, we carry a quality fish and quality beef. So if we don't know how to lay it out, flavor is gonna be like it's not going to be great. So flavor is important as well, and the service is got to go with it, and it's going to be turned to be a great meal.
Yeah,
Yes.
and when I say quality, I'm talking that one, the quality of the fish, and over 80% of what you serve on the sushi side comes from Japan, right?
That's correct. Yes, just our sushi. The mo is tuna, yellowtails, kampachi, what is it, amberjacks, and a lot of fish things is time to time and season by season is come from Japan. So our salmon from Norway and or king salmon from New Zealand is something like that. Yes.
Yeah. So, quality there kind of equates to freshness, which, they kind of go hand in hand. If something's fresh, it's going to be a little bit better quality, I think.
Right.
But that also goes to, like you were touching on, Chef, you want your staff to give quality service. You want everything that you do, the presentation of your food, the chefs that you hire, the skill that they have has to be at a certain quality.
Certain quality.
So, it really struck me that all these little, it's the devil's in the details, right? If you get all the little things right, you should be pretty good, and it seems like you're doing that.
Right, yes.
So let's talk about some of the other things you do. Obviously, we want people to come up and enjoy your food. You do a great job, but you're not just a restaurant where you come up and eat. You do catering, you do parties, you do events, things like that. Talk about that a little bit.
Yes, we like to offer catering more. It's not we don't want to be like only in the dining and come in people enjoy. It's, how many people that we can host in dining. So we want everybody have our experience in like food. What is it different, or totally different from all the sushi restaurants. So we want all the kids and all the mom in their stay can enjoy in the party, and so we want you to like feel like the same thing as you in the land and see, even though you can't be a part of it here. So we can deliver, and we can even come out in there is if a big huge party. So we can probably figure it out how we can help those people to make a party great with
depending on the size
yes.
of the event, the number of people who will be attending, and all those kind of things. You'll work with them to develop a menu and make sure they get the experience with the food that they're looking for the event.
Right.
But whether it's a personal party, whether it's a birthday party, anniversary, it could be something celebrating an anniversary at a company, it could be a business event or a luncheon at a business, it could be whatever it is. You cover that when it comes to catering.
Right, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
The other thing I thought was cool is that if somebody's at home and they're like, man, we want to have 6-8 people over this Saturday, and I really don't want to cook because I just want to be able to sit down and hang out with my friends, have a glass of wine, but eat some really good food, they can have a chef come in and he'll prepare some sushi and be on site in their kitchen using their space, serving them for a nice dinner with their friends. You do stuff like that as well?
Yes, I do stuff like that. So yeah, I never done this before, so I'm excited to do
So this
that.
is new.
Yes, this is going to be news.
So in addition to that, you do party trays. So if people want to just have a party, they're not looking for you to come in necessarily, but you can come in or call, whatever, coordinate with you, and you will make some party trays, a small and a large, that feeds anywhere from 10 to 20 people. And they can come pick up that tray, take it home, and just enjoy a good night of sushi and still just being able to hang out with their friends. So you do those things as well.
Yeah, that's going to be great for the graduate party. It's going to be like coming soon. Like
That's a great point, Chef.
Yes.
Yeah, graduation's around the corner for a lot of these people. You're right. So party trays can be built. How do you do those?
It's based on the people that are going to be enjoy the food. How many people are going to eat the food, and it's got to be. We can let's say that if they say 30 people, we can give them invite 30 people. It's going to be this food is going to be enough amount of you can spend. Let's say example 300 or 400. So we give them the number, so they decide from there.
Okay. All right. So really, it's wide open. They're not set trays. You can kind of work with them to figure out what their tastes are, and then you'll build something, and based on what they want on it, that's kind of going to determine the cost. But it should be around that same as a regular small and a large cost for those party trays.
Right. Of course. Yes.
And the other thing I want to mention about something that you do is I call it kind of the lunch bento box. It's kind of a to-go lunch box it's not really a bento box, but you call it a lunch package.
Yeah, lunch package as we call mini as well. Mini is a smaller than a bento, so we kind of have only three options. One is salad, one is chicken, one is dumpling or barbecue egg rolls or fried rice or something like that. We have a three bento right now to set barbecue and salad and shrimp tempura and all stuff like that, and they can design it the way they want us to.
Okay, so let's talk about the restaurant and coming up here for that experience, just to have some food with Chef and your staff. Obviously, we're going to get into the menu in just a minute, and we'll cover all the cool things that you have and what you're doing and your creativity. But you have something up here that apparently it's offered at a lot of sushi restaurants, and I actually didn't know this, but I'm curious to do it here pretty soon. My wife and I are pretty excited to come up and take advantage of this one night. But it's something called omakase, and you do it here.
Yes, omakase. We provide omakase in here. Omakase is like a high volume. It's it's like not every sushi chef can provide that omakase service. Omakase service is the first of all is you gotta have.
Tell them what it means. Omakase.
Yeah, omakase is I leave it up to you. That's what it means. Is they leave it up to chef. So when they take reservation, I want omakase, is they mean they leave it up to chef. So the chef gotta be when they come in, the chef gotta select the great fish and great flavor, and like we call it chef perfection dish.
And it's almost like so if somebody wants to do omakase, one, you need to have a budget, and I think you and I were talking, and you need to start at about $70 a person, right?
Yes, $70 per person, and you can say open.
And then when we say leave it up to the chef, that's what omakase means. That means you get to be creative. You get to come up with cool things that you're going to let them try, and it's not going to be like 2 or 3 things. This is going to be like 12, 15 things or maybe more, right?
Right, at least going to be 12 quart. So in that time, we're looking for not the portion. We're looking for only 2 things: the quality and the flavor. So can't be wrong. If they don't taste the good quality, or they don't taste like a flavor right, that wasn't right.
Okay. And what else is cool is that you're going to do kind of call it an interview with the guests that night, and kind of figure out where their flavor profile is right now, what they like, what they don't like, and then you're going to build on that. Is that kind of how it works?
That's correct. Yeah. However, it's really important what our guest going to be like, and we have to have a conversation a little bit, and we go from there. If let's say this, somebody don't like salmon, right? And I feed them salmon. Of course, they're not going to like it. So if they don't like it, it's useless for me to feed them the salmon. So they don't have a great experience that night already. So that's why we have to have a conversation back and forth. Okay, what is your favorite dish to eat, and in general, what kind of fish that you like? It's we ask a lot of questions, and they ask a lot of questions as well. So we end up within the middle.
I would also say that when you come up, have an open mind. Be willing to let you and your chefs kind of, to your point of, if you don't like something, you don't want to make it. But I would also say that, sometimes you don't like an ingredient just on its own, but sometimes with your creativity and how you can kind of blend that with other things. It's happened to me. I go, I didn't think I liked that, but when you do it this way, wow, that's really good. So have a little bit of an open mind.
Yeah, everything with seasonal is better. So even like you, right? It's a lot of people are afraid to try the fish. I never liked this fish, and some people, please give it a try in this one. If you don't like it, it's okay. Very, very thin slice, something like that. Or they never have raw fish, and they try it. Wow, it's like.
Yeah,
they like it. A lot of people do it the same way. that you
That's to me is the whole point of omakase is to, one, kind of expand on the flavors that you already like, but to also get you kind of out of your comfort zone. Try some things that maybe you wouldn't normally order off the menu.
Right, that's correct.
So I think that's a great way to come up and kind of get to explore some different flavors over 12, 15 courses, which is really cool. I mean, it's a great idea.
Omakase like a tasting style. So just you can leave it up to the chef as well, totally. Or you can just give a recommend. Oh, I generally like this and like the rest is yours. I just say generally 5 things that's generally I eat it used to. And leave up to chef. This is the best way to.
Yeah, I think it'd be a fun night. Now, I will say, you and I talking, we talked that doing omakase on a Friday or Saturday night, not a great idea. You would prefer it be like maybe a Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday. Well, you're closed on Mondays, right?
We close on Monday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Sunday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, something like that. And the reason we say that, chef, tell me if I'm wrong, but we want to make sure that you can give them the attention that they deserve when they do omakase. You want to be able to just focus on them and really have that experience and that interaction with your guests.
That's correct. Yes, it's like weekend is kind of busy, so I sometimes I can't really give them my attention to them is as much as I want to. So they deserve more is my chef attention. So we can discuss and make sure they have fun. It's not only the food; they're talking. It's a lot of questions you're gonna be asking. A lot of questions gonna be answered. So make sure they have fun in everything.
I think that's a great thing. And again, I'm touching on it so much because I'm just curious to come up and do it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to do an omakase session with you. I think that's going to be a lot of flavor and just cool to do. I also want to talk about your menu and the fact that you do something that I think is unique. I've not seen this anywhere else at any other restaurants that I've been to, sushi restaurants. You specifically are serving a menu that is halal?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we proudly to serve halal. Halal is Islamic people can have as well, and we all can have it. There's nothing wrong with it. So why not put it as an option for them to like it's a lot of restaurants don't have a halal option. So
yeah, and halal just maybe everybody knows. I didn't know exactly what that meant, but the easiest way for me to kind of compare it is it's kind of like being kosher. In the Islamic religion, it's a way that food has to be it needs to be a certain way, and there can't be any pork in the restaurant. You can explain it better than I can, Chef. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the halal is when they process the food. Let's say the beef. When they process it, they perfection process like how the Islamic people can eat as well. And I'm not gonna say detail is how they process, and it's not really good to say in detail in here.
Sure.
But they process 100% sure, and that's why they have they bring the statement out, and they bring certificate. So even though we bought something from them, the product, they give us a certificate
that it was prepared the right way. That's awesome. And I think it's great that you're catering, to everybody, including that community. I think on the times that I've been up here, we've seen a lot from that community up here, enjoying your food and just having a good time, and I think that's awesome. So I think it's a big shout out to you for doing that, man.
Right. Yes.
Let's start talking about kind of what you do in your food and exploring your menu a little bit. This is where it starts to get fun, Chef.
Right. Let's go.
Your appetizers, man. You do some really cool things there. The hamachi lover.
Hamachi lover. Yes, that sounds nice, huh?
Yeah. And it makes you smile when you eat it. Tell people what this is.
Yeah, hamachi lover is basically very simple. So I just tell people all the time, when you eat that, you gotta be your face change. Let's make your face change. So I always tell them that. So I brought it to the table. So if you don't change your face, please let me know. And like I'm kind of making a joke as well. So why should I make a face change? All the stuff like, okay, this is really really good taste. It's a really simple 3 ingredient: a truffle and pepper and red onion pickle and ponzu. That's pretty much simple.
Yeah, it's a simple dish, but it
yeah.
packs a punch, man. It's really good.
Right.
Then you do the king salmon.
King salmon, I do similar ways, and it's like appetizer, very thin slice as well. We use citrus aioli, and 3 pickle, kiwi, strawberry, and grape.
Yeah. And your sushi pops are cool. I mean, people haven't seen these. I mean, I've seen a couple of restaurants that are just all around sushi pops, so I kind of had an idea or a thought in my mind what it was about, but I'd never been in one. But coming here and seeing it on your menu and getting to try them, these are really good.
Yeah, sushi pop is like okay, just fun way. It's like some people feel like a burrito, but it look like come like a burrito because we want to be like sushi, something stand up for 2 pieces, like heading to the sky right there. I mean, like it's come out really nice. A lot of people want to take picture with it. So it's like a burrito. We cut in half pieces. The sushi roll we cut in half 2 pieces, so it's got a stand like that.
And it's you make one with shrimp and you do one with brisket.
That's correct.
Okay. And then you do something creative, which is you take an egg roll, and instead of the traditional ingredients that you think about that are in an egg roll, you don't do that. You stuff it with...
I start with the brisket. A lot of people
smoked brisket.
Yeah, egg roll. Egg roll. When we say egg roll, we only thought Asian egg roll, something like veggie and chicken and shrimp or something like that. So why we can do in the brisket and a little bit brisket and cheese and wrap with the wonton skin. It's fry and come with barbecue sauce. That's just great, and it's new. A lot of people never have that like that before. So whenever they have it, they love it, and So how do they ask? How do they make this? Of course, we smoke our brisket in the house. So why trying to be like so many different ways? That's why we think so.
And I think it's one of those things that when you talk about guests coming up that aren't necessarily big sushi fans, this is another appetizer that they can have that kind of gets out of the salmon and the hamachi and that kind of thing. So it gets them onto something more hearty and meaty.
That's the one of a kind they can have, and the other.
Let's talk about another one that you make that's really good. Is the what do you call it with the potatoes and the brisket and the what do you call that?
The beef medallion? Oh no, no. Yeah, okay. Loaded potato bite.
Loaded potato bites.
Yes,
those are fantastic.
Really, yes, loaded potato bite is a potato we boil first.
Kind of cube it, right?
Yeah,
it's cubed.
It's cubed, and we after we boil, we fry a little bit, and we take it out, a little bit cheese and a little bit brisket and onion and pickle. Wow.
And you do a great job on the potatoes because obviously, like you said, you boil them to cook them through, but then you put that nice crispy, edge on it when you fry it up, and it's just a fantastic, it's just really good. So if people who want to come up, whether you like sushi or don't, that's one worth getting because that's got a lot of flavor in it.
Right, that's true.
But the other one that my wife and I really like, Chef, was your cucumber and crab salad.
Cucumber and crab salad. That's kind of like a lot of sushi restaurants. They have their own way to marinate their cucumber salad, and I have my own way as well. So it's kind of a lot of recipe is going on in the salad right there, and just a lot of vinegar, and have to be a little sugar got to be involved to come out flavor, the sweetness most of the time. Yes.
Cool. Well, we're going to continue to go through the menu a little bit, but I wanted to ask you, where does the creativity come? I mean, how much time does a chef like yourself spend during the week trying to come up with new flavors and new things? Do you? I mean, do you kind of get your menu set, or do you go, you know what? We always have to be looking at adding some new flavors to our menu for our guests. How's that work?
We gotta add. Being a chef is like, first of all, never stop learning. Every single day we see something different and something new, and based on basic regular thing that we eat, and we never thought out. It's this is gonna come out. These two things is gonna be, if come out, it's gonna be great idea. Sometimes we never thought out, and we eat it, and this is good as well. And why not put in something to share around? So it's never stop in learning, and creativity is never can be stopped in the chef life. Even though another 50 years, it's gonna be keep moving.
Yeah, I think that's important in restaurants because you don't want to get I think as people, sometimes we get in that habit. If I go to this restaurant, I always order the same thing. If I go to this restaurant, I always order the same thing. I used to be that way, and I've kind of glad I grown out of that, where now I go to restaurants and I'm always trying to, each time I go, I want to try something different, something new that I haven't had off the menu. So when I hear that chefs are always trying to create new things and put new dishes and new flavors on their menu, that's exciting for me. And I think that's, for a lot of people in the community, that's what keeps them coming back is, I guess the simple way to say it is they're not going to get tired of eating your food because the flavors are going to continue to change.
Right, that's correct. The flavor change is really important. Maybe you next time you come out with you're gonna have the one that you like. Of course, you want to try something different as well. At the same time, what is new? So if you come every week, so okay, what is the new? So it's a new thing. It's gonna be pump up all the time, or do on the day special, daily special, or weekly special, or something. Before before I put in the menu, I always let the guests taste first, run in daily special or something, weekly special. Okay,
sure.
Ask them opinions. What did they think about the dish? If they like it, I put it. If they are not, a lot of people like it, then I don't put it. So it's really important because my dish, every single dish that I come up with, a lot of people have to taste that first. I need opinion as well.
I think that's a great idea. I think that's great that you do that. Let's jump into some signature dishes that you do. And Chef, you probably know the first one I'm going to talk about. Do you?
I think you're going to talk about smoky goodness roll.
Smoky goodness roll. That's exactly right. That's just flavors are awesome, but your presentation on this and how you do it is just, it just blows me away. So tell everybody, kind of describe what this is.
Yeah, smoky goodness roll is, remind me, I'm still in the Triple D now. Yeah, that's why the day that's, when I'm the QC, I create that dish. So that's just the mode that they want to see from the Food Network channel. That's what they're asking for. That's the dish that they want to see. That's the dish that Nick, very unique in barbecue and sushi. So I come over there 2-3 years ago, and that dish and shrimp tempura, creamy avocado, smoked meat, brisket on top.
And a serrano pepper.
Serrano pepper, and we call Chef Ceu dressing, a dot of sriracha. And what is even better is come out in the box. We put smoke inside. So every time they slide, the smoke going to come out. And a lot of people want a video for it.
Yeah,
so
the presentation is really cool. And what I like is that when you prepare this dish, the smoke is not just the effect. It's part of it. It's really cool to have that served tableside and get that. But when you prepare the roll and it's in the wooden box and you get the smoke in, you let it sit for several minutes for a while to get that smoke flavor into the roll, the sushi roll.
Right, it's between 30 seconds to 1 minute is good. If sit too long, then it's gonna be over powdered as well.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be way too much smoke in there.
And then when it comes to the table and the server pulls that top slide out and all that smoke.
That's the fun part.
Then you start to think you're in a barbecue shop in Texas because it really smells like that. It's just fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. That's cool. That's one of my favorite dishes. But we're talking about sushi, and we're talking about people who may not like sushi. One of your other signature dishes.
This gonna be. Let me bring this beef medallion. How about that sound?
Yeah,
beef medallion faux sushi is fake sushi, of course. Yeah, you all know that faux. The faux sushi is like you feel like it look like a sushi. You eating sushi, but wasn't it sushi? So it's beef. It's like mashed potato in the knee.
Parmesan mashed potato, great flavor.
Yeah, we tell detail it. Parmesan. Truffle mashed potato, so it smells really good, and the top is a steak like a sushi.
It's a beef tenderloin.
The tenderloin,
Very fork tender. It's just soft.
Right.
well
It's
cooked.
really soft. You can cut in the. You don't need a knife to cut that. Yes.
And then it's got some asparagus on top of that.
Yeah, asparagus, a little bit mushroom seasoning, and this.
And what's cool is your presentation, because you make it in a way where the mashed potatoes are formed to almost look like the rice on the bottom.
That's correct.
You cut the fillet so it fits over it, and you go, okay, it looks like a piece of fish. And then you just have it topped with, instead of a jalapeno or something, it's a small piece of asparagus. And it's a great take on, sushi, a faux sushi, but using all the ingredients of, what people who don't like fish, meat and potatoes, right?
Right, yes. I mean, that's really fun that's dish that we come up with for the non-sushi people, and a lot of people enjoy it.
Again, staying on that, if you don't like sushi, one of the dishes my wife and I tried, the bang bang chicken. I mean, this is a really good dish.
Great. What is this? A little bit spicy and a little bit sweet. And our chicken is kind of like crispy. And start with the
this
white
is a
rice.
meal. This isn't an appetizer. So everybody needs to know these are big chunks of white chicken that are breaded nice. And like you said, your bang bang sauce, which is a little bit sweet, a little bit of heat, but really good. Comes with vegetables, and it's a cabbage, and it's some carrots, and it's these green beans. And you said you cook those, but then you kind of flash fry them, I guess, in a wok. Is that right? Or how do you?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. And they get this nice little crispness to them, and that char flavor. I mean, it's just the vegetables. Love your chicken, Chef, but those vegetables are phenomenal, man. Those are so good. My wife and I really enjoyed that dish. So what else? We talked about the bang bang chicken. Let's get back to a sushi roll that I like a lot, which was, and when we brought some friends up here that night, I think it might have been one of the favorites of the evening, and that was the Hawaiian Breeze roll.
Yes, Hawaiian Breeze are only one flavor that we put everything raw in it. So we combine with everything raw in that's only one dish. Hawaiian Breeze is a spicy tuna, cucumber, cilantro inside. Chop is just simple fresh yellowtail. And a very thin slice cut with serrano pepper and red onions and garnish.
But what I liked about this is you get the coolness of the fish that you have in there, because it is fresh and not cooked, but there's some heat in there where you get that heat and that cool, and it's just a nice balance. It's very pleasing to the palate, or at least it was for me.
Yeah, everything is come with the seasoning, and the sauce is really important to create a dish. We call it tongue burner sauce. Tongue burner sauce is really awesome. It's not like it's gonna burn your tongue completely, but it's like your tongue gonna feel some, of course, and the flavor, the spice in it, the sweet in it a little bit, and a lot of people love it. And when you put it in, you cannot only eat on that one. You gotta be asked for extra.
Yeah, you got to get a little bowl sent to your table, because you get addicted to it. Even though you have a little bit of heat, you can't help but eat it. But let's before we go on to the next thing on your menu, let's talking about sauces. People need to know that I'm super impressed with your ability to create sauces. When we came up, you brought out a tray of, 10, 12 different sauces that you have, all unique and all really, really good. And kind of go through some of your favorites that you've come up with.
Right. Sauce is not easy being a chef to create it. Not everybody know how to create the sauce in general. So even though we create it, have to be great, and people are going to be enjoy it. So here is a lot of sauce that we make in the house. It's about 85% of our sauce is we make in the house. So salt is good. If we go through, it's going to be a lot of recipe combined together. It's hard to bring things up in together. It's one of my favorite sauce. I name is under my name. It's called Chef Ceu dressing sauce. The Chef Ceu dressing sauce is you can use for anything. You can cook with steak. You can eat with a raw fish. You can eat with sushi. You can eat with even a salad, poke. You can use for everything. That's what I like so much. And
very versatile.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I come up with it. So you can eat with anything in one sauce. That's how awesome is that? Yeah, you know.
So it's something that you created.
Yes.
Okay,
that's correct.
And give me some other ones that you've done. We've got the tongue
burner, bang bang sauce, and we all create that. And
you've got some citrus ones.
We have citrus aioli. We have wasabi aioli. We cook eel sauce, spicy mayo is kind of ponzu. Every restaurant have it.
So my point would be to the listeners, is definitely, ask to try some of your sauces. You obviously, as the chef, serve a sauce with the roll that you think, complements that roll pretty well. But you don't mind if somebody wants to try a different sauce because maybe they really like heat and they want some heat with that flavor profile. You're cool with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. On top of that, I create a lot of gluten-free sauce. It's for a lot of people here. A lot of people come here, oh, I'm gluten-free, so anything that you can do for me, they ask me that. So why not? So I can do a lot of things based on what is the circumstance, and I create just based on the day. Okay, if I don't have time, so give me some time, and I will do it. And for next time you visit or something, I always create something for the people. Yes.
Yeah, perfect. While we're on sauces, and we're going to jump to the next portion of your menu, which is going to be sushi. But I want to talk about a sauce that you do not put on your tables at your restaurant.
It's soy sauce.
That's
going to be soy sauce. Soy sauce.
And I love this explanation. Go ahead and tell everybody.
Yeah, soy sauce, the reason we don't put it here is every restaurant that we go to, we have soy sauce in option because it kind of like, I feel like they fought out to eat the soy sauce is with every dish. So I think that's not fair. So we out of the sauce, soy sauce.
Yeah. Your point is every roll doesn't need to be dipped in soy sauce.
Soy sauce, that's the rule.
It's like a bucket of salt, right?
Right. It's a bucket of salt that you eat with sushi, you eat it with salad, even edamame or something. So we take off that soy sauce. If you want to, we can have soy sauce for you. But it's before the soy sauce, please try our sauce first. If you don't like it, and you can go back with the soy sauce.
Yeah, I think that's great. It's one thing that when I eat rolls, I never use soy sauce. So I thought it was great that when I came up here and saw that you kind of have that policy in place. I thought it was great because I like the flavor of the roll to stand out, and I don't want it to be saturated with all that soy salt that you get in soy sauce. So, yeah. But to your point, if people absolutely have to have it, you're going to give it to them. But your suggestion is try it without it. Let the flavors of the roll kind of enjoy that first. And for whatever reason you don't like that, then you'll be happy to give them some soy sauce.
That's correct.
And let them dip in. All right. Well, on soy sauce, let's jump into sushi. You do some fantastic sushi. Like we said earlier, your fish, 80% of it comes from Japan. It's fresh. It's seasonal. So you do sashimi.
We do sashimi, and we do nigiri, yes.
Most people probably know the difference, but go ahead and tell everybody what the difference is.
Sashimi is a plain fish. Only when you order sashimi, you're going to get a plain fish.
No rice.
No rice. So when you order nigiri, is what this Japanese people call sushi really is, that's a nigiri. So that's you're going to have a fish, a rice and a fish.
Yeah, you kind of educated me on that. Nigiri is what Americans call sushi.
Right. American call sushi is basically sushi roll.
It's a roll.
The roll. That's the mode they call sushi. If every time I want to come eat sushi, and they order a roll. So that's
sushi should be nigiri.
Yeah,
which
sushi
is fish.
should be nigiri. Yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about with your sushi? I mean, I'm trying to think. It's like a sea snake or something like that. Something different that you wouldn't even think of. Do you ever carry anything like that?
Right. Maybe this is gonna be the one. Is we carry is amberjacks and shimaji, which is skipjack. So something like that. Is that's kind of fish is high-end restaurant only carry the most. And kimedai is like a golden eye red snapper or something like that. It's not, you can't really find every sushi restaurant because whoever carry those product they kind of high volume. It's like a otoro, the fatty tuna.
Okay.
And sea urchin, which is uni. Something like that.
What are some of the standard fishes that when people come up they're going to get when they have sushi?
The standard people is go like salmon, tuna, yellowtail. That's pretty much.
Okay.
And they a lot of people say super white. There's no super white. That's ascalar. Yeah, a lot of people eat that as well. So
okay. So it's kind of you stay in the same this little area of fishes is typically what people eat for sushi.
Right.
Okay. Before we go to the next area on your menu, I want to let everybody know, you and I were talking about this, and this is one of the things that I like about restaurants like yours and others in our area that are small and kind of this, locally owned and a chef running the business, is that if somebody doesn't, they like something that you're making, but they see an ingredient they don't like, or they want to substitute something, you're happy to change it up and make it the way they want. If there's a certain fish on it, they don't want fish. Or let's say it comes shrimp and they want chicken. You'll do it however they want.
Yes, that's correct. This is really important for us. Yeah, I mean, it's really important for them as well. We don't force the people that they don't want to eat in them dish. We are happy to them to have the one that they want to eat. So just create one, or just switch something. If you don't like shrimp, like you say, with chicken or something, lobster or something, So we always accommodating anything that they want.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think that's important. That makes people feel comfortable. And, sometimes people feel a little uneasy to ask somebody to change something out. So if they know ahead of time that people like you, Chef, are open to that. I mean, I think from talking to you, you want the customer to be happy. And if they need to change something out to be happy, let's make them happy.
Right, that's the goal.
Back to some signature dishes that aren't related to, the seafood side, the meat lover side. You've got blackened steak bites for people who don't like sushi. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, blackened steak bite is like we come with like a little bit like poke style, but our steak is gonna be cooked like a medium rare, and toast with a little bit of seasoning like poke style. It's gonna be the sauce is gonna be awesome, and it's they gonna come with like a little bit citrus, a little bit avocado, a little bit mango, even asparagus. It's like I feel like you're still eating steak, something like that, and it's gonna come with like a martini glass.
And then you do a chopped brisket sandwich, and you call it chopped. I'm going to tell you it's more of this meat is so tender. It's not that rough chop that Texans might think about for a chopped brisket sandwich. This is more of a shredded brisket. So, it's just tender and good.
Right, yeah, it's you kind of chop. It's like people, we shred it, it look like a chop already. So, chopped brisket is really, we have a lot of compliment for our brisket sandwich.
Brisket's fantastic.
They don't really expect that in the sushi restaurant, something cool like that, and great flavor.
And I'm also going to say, along with that chopped brisket sandwich, you get some French fries. And, who doesn't like a good French fry? But you all make some really good French fries. The crispiness on the outside, the potato being soft and just tender on the inside. I don't know how you cook your fries, but they're really, really good.
Yeah, the fry is, like we all know, is about temperature and time. It's the serving time is really important. However, fry, we control that. It's not going to last 20 minutes. We all know that.
Yeah.
So is it time? We have to serving the right time, and you got to get in less than when we fry, you got to get in less than a minute. Then
to
you're
the
good.
table.
And
you're
gonna hold until 5 minutes. Yeah,
they're really good, really good. And the last one, we'll just say it again, was the beef medallion faux sushi. We already talked about what that was, but these are some things that people who don't want to eat fish, seafood, these are some options for them. And the other thing that I like, and my wife loves this, Chef, is that you got some salads on here that are really good. So you do a Southern-style brisket salad. You do a California salad, which we all know if you say California, it's all veggies, no meats on there. You do a fried shrimp salad, which you've told me if you want to substitute with chicken or something else, you can do that. So you got some versatility when it comes to salads and options, so that people who want to eat that and be a little bit on the healthier side, they're welcome to do so.
Right. Yes, that's correct. This salad is we put it a salad is non-sushi friendly people, and they can enjoy it well. A little bit salad, and in California salad is like a traditional, and the brisket salad is which is a little bit going to be new for them because it involves the brisket. So a little bit they have a variety to choice. Shrimp salad is which is the sushi non-sushi eater can have as well.
Yeah, and if they don't want shrimp, they want a piece of seared salmon or something like that, you're welcome to do maybe some pepper-crusted tuna, something like that, you're welcome to do it.
Yeah, of course. It's like as long as they can imagine we try our best to do that things in the custom things, yes.
And then you have some, you do bowls.
We do bowl, yes. Bowl is, since 3-4 years ago, bowl is really popular. Poke bowl and spicy Mary bowl and even Hawaiian bowl. A brisket bowl is our signature in here. It's a brisket bowl is a sushi right in the knee, crab meat and rice seasoning, and chopped brisket again. On top, it come with eel salt and white salt. Wow, a lot of people love it. It
sounds good.
Yeah, if you never had that, I would love you to have the one day.
Yeah, I've not tried that yet, Chef, but the way you describe it, I want to now. So, what is that? That's called the brisket bowl?
That's land and sea bowl.
Okay, that's what I was wondering if that might be the land and sea, because it kind of sounded familiar when I looked at the menu. Bowl options are always nice, and I think that's great. You also do a kids menu.
We do kid menus. Yeah.
So families, you're want families to come up and enjoy a night with you.
Of course, yes. As a family is fun. So what is we do the family for fun part for the kids is we do a teddy bear with the oranges. So it's come out like a rare. It's like, what do you like? I always visit the kid, and what do you like the most? And they punch the bears right there.
That's awesome.
The fun part is there. I mean, the chicken nugget and sushi, California roll, Philly rolls, they have it, but what do they like the most is the teddy bears.
So let's talk a little bit about lunch menu. You are coming up with a new lunch menu that's going to be out, I think, in the next few days to a week, right?
Yeah, that's lunch menu. Actually, we serve already.
You started serving it already?
We start serving already.
Okay, perfect.
Lunch menu. So lunch menu is about 8 combination item. So we put it option 1 to option 8. So it's a lot of sushi going on there, and a lot of kitchen appetizer going on, and even sashimi and nigiri is going on. So less than $15. You can come and enjoy the lunch anytime here, land and sea. You can walk out here from the $15
or less.
Right.
Okay, so you mentioned sushi and all that, but what do we have on the lunch menu related to the people who don't want seafood? So we have the brisket sandwich, I would think, is on there?
Yeah, I think bang chicken in there. So bang chicken in there.
Brisket sandwich.
And, the salad in there.
Salads, all right.
Yeah, brisket sandwich is not there yet. And again, we're going to change month to month or like 2-3 months. We always got to change the lunch special and happy hours things. Yes.
And lunch served Tuesday through Sunday?
Lunch served is a Tuesday. Every day as long we open the door. Tuesday to Sunday and until 3 p.m. for lunch service.
So 11 to 3.
11 to 3, yes.
And while we're talking about hours, let's tell everybody you're open Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays.
Yes, and we open Saturday and Sunday is noon. We open noon to 8 on Sunday, noon to 10 on Saturday.
And until 8 on Sunday. So those are the only 2 days you open up a little bit later.
Right.
The other days you open up at 11 a.m.
That's correct.
Okay, cool. And again, to remind everybody, you're up here off 99 in Morton in that new area where you see the Michaels and the new Kroger and all of that. You're just to the east side of the big Walmart that came up there in that next shopping center. Can't miss you right in there. So definitely come up and check out Chef and all the cool things he's doing. But let's talk now a little bit about, you also have, for the people who want to partake, some sake, some beer, some wine. So people want to come up and have an adult beverage while they're enjoying your good food. They can do that as well.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, we have a variety of sake and variety of wine. Even we got mocktail. Mocktail, is a little bit non-alcohol. People can
I thought that was cool.
Well, so and what is the cool part is we have every Wednesday is we call Wine Down Wednesday. So which is every wine glass and bottle and the wine, the sake glass and bottle is everything half price off. So that's great. And they can enjoy with happy hours. Yeah,
definitely come hang out on Wine Wednesday. That's a must. And you have some great beers. I mean, you've got beers that if people want American beer, we have some local breweries, but you also have those Japanese beers, the Sapporo and
Kirin, Ichiban,
the premium and
Asahi. Yes.
So those are great. You got some great sakis up there, and you carry a nice variety of wine for people who want to have a glass of wine or a bottle of wine.
Right.
But on the wine point, you do BYOW. We can bring our own bottle of wine up and enjoy that. Sometimes wine is personal. People like what they like, and when people know they can bring up a bottle and just kind of hang out and eat your food and visit with you, but drink what they like, you're okay with that.
Of course, yes, we will welcome you to bring your own wine bottle. Yes, of course.
So talking about, when we talk about beer and wine and sake, you kind of touched on it with your Wine Wednesday, but you do a happy hour every day.
We do happy hour every day. Happy hour start 3 to 7 every day. So I would love you to come and enjoy and drink and the food, the happy hours.
I want to let everybody know that you have a big dining room. This is I call it a smaller type space. You're locally owned, but you can seat, I would say 100, close to 100
We
people
have, we can fit 102.
102, okay,
102.
Yeah. It's a great environment. The way it's set up, the atmosphere is awesome. You've got the big bar up at top with the fish cabinets up there that have all the sushi in there that we can watch you prepare and do your thing. So, to come up and just enjoy and have to me, it can be a casual dining, but it's also, you have an environment here. If you're going to do a date night, if you're going to take your girlfriend out, your wife out, and have a nice dinner, this is also a great place to come.
That's definitely, yes. It's kind of quiet. It's in here in Nix, and the light is everywhere. Even you can take a date night, or you can do party. We have light up. It's like a party lights.
Yeah, you kind of lower the lights a little bit in the evening and change the ambiance a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, very nice. Well, Chef, man, I really appreciate you coming on the show and letting us get to know you and kind of having a conversation about who you are and the guy behind all this good food you're putting out and talk about your menu a little bit and your creativity and how you do everything. We really appreciate that.
Oh, thank you very much, and thank you for you joining us today, Rob.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to tell everybody in Katy and in the Houston area, anybody who comes down this way, definitely come out and see Chef. Come out and visit Land and Sea Sushi. Great food. Always enjoy coming to places like this and getting to know the people behind the food and their passion and what they're doing. So he's definitely worthy of you coming out and giving it a shot. I guarantee you, if you come once, you'll definitely come back a second time. It's that good. So come see him. We appreciate everybody joining us on this episode of Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. And until our next episode, enjoy your next pour.